Hello again, YouTubers. This is Edward coming to you from Mindanao, the southernmost state of the Philippines. And this is the evening time, and I'm in the office in the tower at the Golden Palace. One big subject that I want to bring to everyone's attention that everyone's talking about these days because of the banking system having lots of cracks in it. A lot of people saying that the whole economy is going to collapse, the banking system is going to collapse, you're going to lose everything in the banks and in your retirement accounts. And I mean, maybe it's doom and gloom, but why not be safe and do a little bit of what the entire Eastern world does? The entire Eastern world. That's why one of the reasons I escaped to the Philippines. Why? Because in the U.S., everything's debt-based. It's 100 to 1 probably people in debt to one person that's not in debt there. Because everything runs on debt in almost the entire Western world. Only the smart and wise ones will have a true solid asset savings in gold or silver, coin or jewelry. If you don't have any, this is not a financial advice, but I'm just telling you what I do and what my family does, and why be exposed all to paper assets, bonds, stocks, bonds, your 401k, all that stuff is paper assets that the government can change in a heartbeat, the rules and what's going to happen to your life savings. Poof, gone, up in smoke. So get it in your hands. Get it in your hands, at least a huge chunk of it. That's one of the reasons why I escaped the Philippines, is that the whole Eastern world, China, all Southeast Asia, including the Philippines, they're all, if they aren't putting their money in banks or unless you're a multi-millionaire, billionaire and connected to the system, but there's so many people unbanked. And when they get a little extra money, if they don't blow it, then what do they do with it? They'll put it in gold. And the whole Eastern world, they won't be putting it in gold bars or gold coins. What do? Put it in gold jewelry. India, I mean, just look at the statistics. Gold jewelry is like 80% of all the gold mined in the world every single year goes into gold jewelry, because that's what people save for their wealth, for their savings. Anytime that they have to have cash, where they have to have a cash to pay for a surgery or an occasion or college or anything like that, they'll cash in their gold that they've saved, because gold never loses its value. It always stays constant. It's only currencies that are losing their value all the time. Why? Because these governments around the world, and the worst one is the U.S., they print, not even print anymore. They just type the digits in and just create more dollars. And where do all those dollars go? Not to you and I and the common man. Heck no. Goes all to these crazy, psychotic people at the top. And these major corporations that are in bed with these governments, getting all this free money, It's a crazy world we live in today, and you know what? That can't last forever. It can't. Not only are the people going to be, they're going to be so broke and destitute more and more and more every day. The crazier it gets, and the more these wars break out, and the talk of wars and the talk and threats of nuclear exchange, they're just crazy. What's going on right now? There has been a major change in the world from these heads of governments, something's possessed them. There's no other way to put it. Just look at the evidence. Look at what's going on right now. I mean, we're at the brink of nuclear exchange. Many countries threatening other countries. I've never seen that in my entire life, and I'll be 60 years old here in a couple months. So gold is a huge thing. So if you're in one country and you want to escape to another country like I have, a country that's free, that's much more free and more aligned with the way it should be, according to the Word of God and common sense and a protection of each other and your family. What's happening with the divorce situation in the world, just destroying families in these first world countries, because the entire legal system is manipulated in a way to destruct families, absolutely destruct them. Get back to basics, get back to the way it was and the way it's intended, the way God created us to play our roles as the man caring for the woman and the man caring for the children and the man caring for the family, and the woman, you know, being a wonderful wife and caring for her home and her children and caring for her husband, and it all works out that way. Not the wife thinking that she's got a pair and can do the same thing that the man can do. I mean, come on, that's satanic possession is what that is. I mean, why would a creature, a female creature, made delicate, made loving and caring, that's her role. Why would she want to be the man and challenge the man? That's demon possession as far as I'm concerned. And that's rampant in the U.S. Rampant, absolutely rampant. It's a sad deal. You know, I was once so proud to be an American, and what has happened, what the people has allowed the government and these corporations and the whole situation in the courts and everything there, it's just completely upside down. And all I can say, friend, is escape to the Philippines. It's the only Christian country in the whole Southeast Asia. Divorce is illegal. You can try to get an annulment, but good luck. One of the man or the woman has to sign, or they both have to sign the document to get an annulment, and then it's not for 5 or 10 years that you can actually get it if both sign it. If neither one or only one wants to sign it, it'll never happen. That's what I love about the Philippines. You tough it out no matter what. You tough it out for the benefit of all. That's why you're going to think once, twice, 10 times before you marry someone. And so you're sure of it. That's the way it should be. There's no second chance with marriage because you're destroying lives. If you give up or quit or whatever, you're destroying lives. You're affecting lives, seriously affecting lives. It's a sad deal, what's going on. But as far as gold goes, you can transport gold across country borders, through customs, as long as it's under the 10,000 US dollar denominated limits or other currency equivalents, whether it be gold or silver coin, or I would recommend not to transport bars, but coin and jewelry is fine. Going through metal detectors in all the airports, gold will never set off the detectors. I've been in not every country in the world, but dozens of different countries, including Russia, China, the AUE, which is like Dubai. They have huge gold, they're called gold souks there. They're massive jewelry stores, gold jewelry stores, anywhere from 16 karat to 24 karat gold. Anything you can imagine made of gold jewelry, because that is the currency of the entire Eastern world. 85% is gold jewelry. People save it, hoard it, hide it, wear it. That is the currency of money, the real money. I say currency, but gold is real money. That paper stuff, that's currency. That's crap as far as I'm concerned. We use it because we have to use it because you're trapped in the system to a certain extent. You got to use it for your monthly obligations and stuff, but keep your wealth in gold. Maybe a little bit in Bitcoin too. That's something new. A lot of people have a faith in it. Even I trust it to a certain extent, but the thing I don't like about it is it's following. Every time the Federal Reserves and the central banks pump up the system and do a quantitative easing, then all this money rushes into the markets, and then Bitcoin skyrockets. And then when they quantitative tightening and take the money out of the system, Bitcoin drops too. Well, so that don't happen to gold. Gold is way more steady and flowing to what's going on with the currencies. And it's time tested for millennia. So that's your ticket. And like I say, you can go through, I've gone through many countries. The only one I've ever had problems with, and they always want to confiscate something I had. They never confiscated any of my gold or silver though, but they'll confiscate all kinds of different little items. Was Incheon Airport in South Korea. They're the worst I've ever been through. I stopped going through there because they're so bad. Like I say, I've been through Moscow, Beijing, London. The strictest of all of them was by far South Korea. They're psychotic there with their security. I've never seen it so bad anywhere. I mean, Moscow was a cinch. It was one of the easiest places in my entire life. And this was in 2018 and 2019. So things might have changed within the last three or 4 years or so. But that's when I did all my traveling around the world those 2 years. And I'm just telling you what it was like then. And like I say, I went through Beijing. When I went through there with a bunch of silver coins, gold and silver coins I had on me, and I got stuck there. So I went to the Forbidden City. That was an awesome little trip, side trip that I'll never forget, and had a wonderful time, even though I was by myself. They almost acted like they were going to confiscate my silver coins, because that shows up right away. Your silver, the detector going to go off, and they're going to look at that, and they're going to want to make you open it, which means when you travel with gold and silver, I always put the coins, 1 ounce coins, in a Ziploc bag, 1 gallon Ziploc bag, and then fold the bag until it's in a row, like 20 per each bag. And so I'd go with 40, 60, 80 coins at a time, right? But on the bag, seal it, then put a piece of duct tape on it and put property of and your name on it. So your ID matches the name of the property that you have in the gold or silver coin in the bags. Actually, with the gold coin, what I would always do is I had one of my pockets in my backpack full of regular coins, like just change, and I would mix the gold coins in the change. And you know what? Not even once ever. And a lot of times I'd even pull out the coins, throw the coins in the basket or something, because a lot of times they want you to pull your coins out of your backpack or something. I'd pull them all out, a big, huge handful. Sometimes I'd keep them all in a big Ziploc bag so it's easier. Just pull the whole Ziploc bag and throw it down. So there's lots of pure gold coins mixed with other just regular junk coins, right? Went right through, no problem whatsoever. The gold doesn't set off the detectors. I'm telling you, I've done it many airports. It's no problem. So to transfer your wealth, that's one good way. As far as that, other remittances, I get remittances, and I keep my banking in the country of my passport. So that's where I keep my banking, and then I remittance from my bank to where the country that you're going to live in. That's the way I do it. Some people open up their own bank accounts in a foreign land. I don't. I have my Filipino wife. She has her own banking. So if I want to transfer, I can transfer to her bank accounts, right? Because you're not going to have to worry in the Philippines, because your Philippine wife can't take all your money and run if you're married, especially. If you have a girlfriend, you got to be more cautious of what's going on and with your money. So be careful, because sometimes you'll get scammed. But for the most part, Filipinas, they want just a good man to care for them. So, that's the biggest thing I've ever seen here. Especially, I'm way in the deep jungle, right, of Mindanao, which is the State Department of the U.S. says, don't go there, it's dangerous, you're going to get kidnapped, the terrorists are going to kill you. That's exactly where I want to go. Exactly where they say don't go, that's where I want to go. And you know what? I've never had a problem, knock on wood, because anything can happen in life. But I've never had a problem all the time I've ever been here. But I have not witnessed with my eyes, but within a 10-kilometer radius where I live, I've known about 3 different assassinations. That will happen, but usually it's some kind of a land dispute or big money dispute in some way, businesses, or maybe even drug deals. Or as long as you're not involved with that and get in major disputes with the natives of that country, then you're going to be fine. Just do no harm, protect the innocent, get yourself attached to, because they're your bodyguard. When I first came to Philippines, be with a Filipina, be with a female from that country, and hold her tight, because they're going to know what's going on, and they can see the dangers. They know where to avoid, all that kind of stuff, right? They're basically your bodyguard until you get a good understanding of the country and the customs and the way it is. So just be aware, and that's about all I can say for now. As far as protection that you can get, that things are propelled from them and go through the air and can go in a target or in anything that you pointed at. You can obtain those in the Philippines, but not as a foreigner. Your Filipino wife would have to go through the process. It's a big, long process. It took us a year and a half. And there's like 3 different permits to get. Ownership permit, permit of registration, and a carry permit. And you can have up to 10 of those items if you get the highest permit. And the things, the little cartridges that you put in them, you can get that almost anywhere. But like I say, you can't carry them around on your own. But the rule here, the law here is you are your wife or your spouse's bodyguard. So you can carry concealed as long as you have the permit. And but you have to be within eyesight of your wife when you're carrying. So that's the law here. And so there's no problem whatsoever. I've gone out, bought cartridges, and gone out and done activities with the authorities here, a couple different times. So they're good people, and they will, you support them, they support you. That's the way it is. You make friends, you don't make enemies, always. So just be smart, but don't have a fear. I'm way more afraid to be in the U.S. than I ever am in this country, the Philippines. Philippines, 99% of the people are wonderful, loving, and kind people. In the U.S., it was like 800 mass murders. That means more than one person killed in any one case, a murder case in the U.S. Over 800 mass murders in 2022. In 2022 in the Philippines, zero mass murders. But at the beginning of 2023, there was a mass murder. 6 or 7 people were taken out in a political assassination of a governor of a province near Cebu. So that's one big thing here, is the political landscape is murderous. There's lots of murders, and especially during election times, or if the elections start to get ugly, the revenge and that kind of stuff runs deep. So just stay out of politics is my advice for that. Just be good, try to have a good reputation. That's your key. And you can make it here if you're alone on $1,000 per month. But if you are with a spouse or a girlfriend, to live comfortably, I would say $1,500 per month. And then if you have a big extended family to care for, I'd say $2,000 a month is what you should have. I'm at $1,700 a month, and I care for 10 people. So we're on a really tight budget right now until my Social Security kicks in like 2.5 years from now. So if it's still available at that time, so never count on it. Try to get another income stream coming in. It's your best bet. But yeah, never been happier to get away from the U.S., how terrible it's becoming. I just can feel it in my bones and my spirit that something super, super bad is going to happen to the U.S. because it's becoming so tyrannical and evil from the top down. So there's still good people in the U.S., so don't get me wrong. But it's just like Germany, when Hitler took over, the good people got out before they got slaughtered. So just keep that in mind. And you don't got much time, in my opinion. So anyway, that's it for this video. Love you guys. Take care, and God bless.